Good time.
All right. Strike is still ongoing. The strike could have ended on Friday, but the studios wouldn't bulge. So I guess we're still going nonstop.
Well, we I think we're all about to hit 100 days of the writer's strike, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
Which, folks, you're going to start to feel it probably in the fall. If you notice, they actually moved back some film releases that are already complete because they want to spread out the schedule.
Yep. They're delaying Dune Part 2.
I
Might be another
wonder,
year.
I wonder why though, because is it the editing?
I don't know. I think a lot of it's no, you know what? I don't know. I actually don't know.
Well, I'm sure Zack Snyder's happy about it because now he can take all the IMAX theaters for his movie A Rebel Moon.
This guy thinks that we're all gonna see a Zack Snyder movie in theaters again.
Oh, it's only on Netflix. Oh yeah, they were gonna do though like special limited releases on in IMAX apparently. This was supposed to be a Star Wars movie, Rebel Moon,
Oh yeah, he wanted that so bad.
which I mean,
Um
I'm surprised they didn't give it to him. But fair enough.
uh they're kind of not giving Star Wars stuff to anyone at this point. Like they announced them, Ryan forgot his last name, was supposed to do a trilogy, and then Taika Waititi was offered another movie, and Kevin Feige was gonna do his directorial debut with one, and Jesus, like they just gave them Patty Jenkins was supposed to do one, and just none of them are coming out. It's just TV shows. Just TV shows. They're all you have to watch Mandalorian in order to understand everything. And God damn you if you didn't watch Mandalorian or Book of Boba Fett. Remember when the cool thing about Mandalorian was that it was its own thing? Uh
And now
God.
they Disney fight it.
Yeah, fuck that. God. This is why I'm gonna just go back to just like indies and like smaller films for like a good while, just to like relax.
Palette cleanse.
God, this is why I watch anime. Like, there's no infighting. It's just anime.
Well, so didn't Luffy Gear 5 break the internet?
Fuck yeah, man. Did I tell you I started One Piece?
Oh, why would you do that to yourself?
Okay, so here's the thing. I started One Piece out of just pure curiosity. I watched a couple episodes in the pandemic, and then I was like, you know what? I'll continue where I left off, see how I like it. I was on episode like 6. In like a month and a half, I was on episode 150.
You have a problem.
No, my only problem is that I'm not watching One Piece right fucking now. My only problem is that I'm working when I'm supposed to be watching One Piece. My only problem is that I'm sleeping when I'm supposed to be watching One Piece. That's the problem.
How many episodes do they have? Isn't it like 1,000?
Yeah, 1,030 something.
Okay. Jesus Christ. You know what? I am no one to talk. I am no one to talk. You're committing to over 1,000 episodes of anime.
I don't have to commit to anything. I don't have to do anything. I'm doing this because I want to, because I like it.
I
Okay?
respect you. I want you to know I respect you.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing about One Piece, and I cannot believe I'm becoming one of these people. This might be the greatest story of the 21st century. It just is. It might just be the greatest, like it's a modern what's it called? It's a modern Odyssey. It's got the best characters, it's got the most amazing world building, it's got incredible location, and the chemistry in the crew is second to none. This is one for the books. This is a story that everyone should be watching. There it
Do you
is.
think do you think it's gonna end with Luffy becoming the king of the pirates after all?
Possibly.
They have not announced an end to it, right? Like there's no end in sight, right?
The writer Oda said that he pretty much started the final arc, but that could mean anything really.
So it could mean another 1,000 episodes easily.
Nah, I don't know.
Maybe
Maybe not
200.
another. Maybe 200, maybe 300. Yeah.
You know what? I
So
respect
here's the
it.
thing.
I
Here's
respect
the
it.
thing. I am not afraid and I am not scared. And the weight doesn't scare me anymore because I am like 10% in and I'm all in. Like I'm convinced. I've been converted. Okay.
I respect. Fair enough.
Look at my fucking phone. I got Tony Chopper as my background phone. That's
Oh my
background
god!
in my
Yeah,
phone.
I can see it. Oh,
Yeah.
you know what? The furthest I got, I think, when I was watching the original anime, was just up to the point that Chomper got added in.
Oh, you watched it when it was like airing in like 4Kids?
Yeah.
Oh, so you watched like the original like shitty dub with like the rap song in the beginning and everything?
Hey, that's not shitty. Yeah, yo. Keep
Yeah.
dreaming. Don't give me all
Yeah.
the dreaming. Hey, that I liked it. Shut up.
No. I agree. I mean, it's weirdly nostalgic in a weird way. We're not talking about Ninja Turtles at all. There's
No. Okay, wait, real quick. So I wanted to bring up two things about the strike, real quick,
okay.
before we jump
Yeah.
into. So,
Yeah.
two good things that come from the strike. Apparently, cartoonists that work for Nickelodeon are voting and have voted to unionize due to mass layoffs that were done by Warner Brothers.
You mean Cartoon Network then?
Yes, yeah,
Okay.
they voted to unionize to try and protect themselves from more mass layoffs and overworking. Speaking of overworking, and I'll mention this like during the review as well, VFX artists at multiple studios are banding together to unionize as well to fight back from being overworked. Um, I'm not sure if it was you or someone else that kind of told me how VFX artists work, where a studio will be like, there's like they'll go to like the pulpit and be like, hey, we have 2,000 shots that need VFX work, and different companies will bid on the projects, right? Like, yo, we'll do it for 8 million, and then someone else will do it for 7 and 6. But here's the thing: those 2,000 shots vary greatly, right? Sometimes like it's just you need to remove a wire. Sometimes you need to have fucking animate Thanos, right? Like the shots
Yeah.
vary greatly, but there's still one price laid over. So VFX artists are often overworked. You'll note that a lot of people did quit when Across the Spider-Verse happened, right? Because they were overworked at Sony.
Yeah.
So they're voting to unionize to try and fight back and one, get fair pay, but two, fight back against the overworking, against the crunch time. Also, fun fact, Seth Rogen and the director of TMNT Mutant Mayhem made sure that their artists were not overworked. They actually took precautions to make sure that their artists were not working 12 hours a day, 6 days a week. So shout out to, I think Seth Rogen and the director deserve that shout out. Like, good on you guys for taking care
Well,
of people.
he had to make a lot of good faith in this because the story goes is that he overworked the artists in Sausage Party. And they complained a lot. So first of all, the fact that he got another animated project off the ground, this cannot be a hey, let's celebrate, but the fact that they didn't like annihilate this artist, that should be the standard. Okay. I mean, good that they're coming out and saying this, and good of the artists that came out and said, like, no, yeah, absolutely right. Any overtime that we did was because we wanted to and we got compensated. That's great. That should be the standard. And going forward with this strike, that is the goal. So as much as we do want to talk about the movie and everything, and God knows I want to talk about One Piece. It is important to talk about the strike and talk about the effects that they're having. Yes, we're nearing 100 days. I'm loving the resilience that they're showing, but I need them to be compensated. I need them to be employed, and I need them to be like booked already. Like yeah. Like right about now. So hoping this strike doesn't last too long, because I want them employed, I want them housed, and I want them happy, and I want them fed. Because I like this. I like what we're getting. I want more. So we're only gonna get it if they are compensated correctly. So how about we get right to it?
Deal. Let's jump right in.
Yeah.
Chama, hit the intro.
Thank you for welcoming us into your headphones. My name is Chema.
I'm Leo.
Reviewing Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem. And this is the rollback. A new generation of heroes will rise straight from the sewers. After years of being sheltered from the human world, the Turtle Brothers set out to win the hearts of New Yorkers and be accepted as normal teenagers through heroic acts. Their new friend April O'Neil helps them take on a mysterious crime syndicate, but they soon get in over their heads with an army of mutants is unleashed upon them. So we have the new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I like how every 4 or 5 years we look at the universe and we go like, hey, do it again. they go like, do what again? It's like Ninja Turtles, do it again. Like we just did one. We just did a new version. I don't care. Do it again.
Make it better.
Yeah. So Ninja Turtles, much like Scooby-Doo, much like the princess, much like a lot of characters, there'll always be a new one. There will always be a new one. And that's a good thing. Because they're kind of timeless characters. They can really adapt themselves to any time. So this time we have kind of Gen Z turtles for the first time actually voiced by teenagers, which was a great experiment. They experimented in this thing where they all recorded in the same booth together. They improvised a lot and they built the animation around it. This style of animation got popular with Spider-Verse, and then it's popping up here after showing up in things
Mitchell's versus the Machines.
Yeah, which the same guy directed, Jeff Rowe. Puss in Boots. We're slowly seeing this new type of animation work again. And I love Ninja Turtles. Of course, I grew up a Ninja Turtles kid. I watched the cartoons, I played the video games, I played the old arcade games. There's a lot to like here. And we get new versions of the Turtles. Now, before we start, I want to ask you, because I grew up when I was a kid, I felt like I was Michelangelo, but now, I think I'm Donnie now. I think the roles have changed. I even got a little figure of him right here.
Oh my God.
Yeah, he's right here. He's just chilling on my desk. So I like these new versions of the characters. What did you think? And which turtle were you when you were a kid?
I always thought it was Raph. I just thought he was the cool one. I'm more of a Mikey, but I always thought it was more of a Raph because he's I don't know. I just related to him a lot more than the other turtles. I never cared for Donnie. I always thought Raph was the leader. I always thought that Raph had he had courage. He had it where it counts.
Yeah.
He was my favorite, I guess. But yeah, growing up, I was not a hardcore Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle fan. Just straight up, I like the original, not the original series, the one that came out on the CW.
Yeah.
That one. I love that show. It got a bit off the fucking rails at the end there with the multiversal tournament and shit. But I like that incarnation. And going into this film, I had no qualms, no digs, no nothing. If this movie sucked, fine. If it was great, fine. I didn't care. Thankfully, though, I came out of it and it did not suck.
Did not suck at all. I had a great time with this one. There's a lot of action and story and comedy going on, and I'm glad that they were able to just unite all of it into this an hour and 30, maybe an hour and 40 minutes package. They managed to make a story about brotherhood and parents and sons. And they also managed to do a little bit of that gross out Seth Rogen humor. This movie was marketed in this with this tagline of from eternal teenager Seth Rogen. He wrote and produced this. Yeah. And Seth Rogen has a history with superheroes because he pretty much co-created and produced The Boys. He produced and co-created Invincible. He produced and co-created Preacher, and then now this.
Really? Preacher and The Boys?
Preacher, The Boys, and Invincible, yeah.
I mean, I believe this? What the fuck?
Yeah.
Oh, he also helped produce Cobweb, Joyride. Wow, Joyride was actually really good. Good Boys, yeah, Good Boys. Wow, I'm actually very shocked by this. Huh. Executive producer of The Boys and Invincible. The Boys presents Diabolical. That
fucking diabolical.
Yeah, I never saw Preacher. I wonder if it was any good.
I never saw it either, but he
I think
had
the first episode.
But he has a good track record here, and now they gave him the keys to the kingdom with Ninja Turtles. And I dare to say this was a pretty fun time. This is the first time, I think, in a long time, ever since like pre-pandemic, where like if you go to the movies right now, there's something for everyone. There's Barbie, there's Oppenheimer, there's Talk to Me, there's fucking everything. Hell, even our conservative uncles have a movie, you know?
Unfortunately, but yes.
Unfortunately, but yeah. So we have this new incarnation of Ninja Turtles. They made them Gen Z, they made them funny, they made them teenagers, they made them young. Donnie is a fucking weave. They made Jackie Chan plays Master Splinter. God, what a fun movie, and what a fun idea that it's not about them taking on the Shredder or taking on like the Foot Clan. It's just them trying to fit in with teenagers and trying to find a way to look cool in order to be accepted. Like, this is a movie about acceptance in a weird way, and it uses the Turtles to give that message. Of course, there's some elements that are missing, but they can probably fill that out in sequels, like Casey Jones, like I said, Shredder, Karai, the Foot Clan. You know, we get a good bunch of the Rogues Gallery here, and they pretty much turned them into like good guys by the end. But I had a good time with this. I like the Disney version of April, who's voiced by Ayo Idibri from the Bear. She was really good too. And God, like it was so fun. It's been such a while since I've had such a fun movie. Like it brought me back to being a teenager in a weird way.
You know, it's insane the fact that all like 3 of the 4 kids that voice these Ninja Turtles are a bunch of no names. That's insane to me. At that, this movie's crazy because like I'm happy they didn't go straight for the Shredder. I'm happy they didn't do that. I'm happy they didn't include the Foot Clan. I'm happy that instead of doing Bebop and Rocksteady as the main bad guys, they had I don't know if Superfly is an original creation. I don't recognize him.
No, he's existed before.
Really? Okay. Okay. What do you think of Ice Cube as Superfly?
I like that he's doing a voice, like he's doing a character. It's not just Ice Cube being Ice Cube. I believe that.
He's very much he sounds as intimidating as the character is. Do you think that there was a lost opportunity that they didn't have Jeff Goldblum as Superfly?
I think it would have been too on the nose, and even kids wouldn't have gotten it.
Oh, but we would have.
Yeah.
But no, I liked Ice Cube's interpretation of Superfly, the way he presented him as like this OG gangster that holds holds no bars. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, they die, fuck them. But I also love how this movie, it starts off with a guy who just wants to create a family. And he does with Superfly or when he's a little fly. And he's creating a little family for himself. He just wants to be left alone. Superfly is a villain that you can understand, which we have an abundance of those nowadays, but he does have like, hey man, they killed our dad and I took care of my siblings. And the one time that we tried to fit in, that we tried to come out to the world, they tried to hurt us. They tried to hunt us. They tried to kill us. So fuck the world. And you can't help but think, well, let's be real, man. If that really did happen in the real world, you know they would be hunted.
Yeah, definitely. And there's a good like I mean, the movie's pretty simple. Like I said, it's made with a young audience in mind. So when we have like that scene near the end when they're fighting this monster in the city, and they're like, look, maybe if we save them, they'll think that we're good guys and they'll like us. And then like the news is like, these turtles are attacking, and they're like, well, we fuck it, like we gave it our best shot. And that's when they learn their valuable lesson, which is like, oh, we're supposed to save them just because it's a good thing to do, which is a lesson for them as well. There's a great little scene where Splinter tells them like, the only way that you're going to survive is if you listen to me. And then Superfly does like a similar line, which kind of makes him understand like the gravity of the situation. So it really has something for everyone there. I was more sold on like the jokes and the references and like the in-jokes that we're having. You can tell a lot of this was improv, and that these kids just made up those bits while they were doing the movie, which I think very much works. There's a scene where April is kind of like asking them about themselves, like she wants to know everything about them, and then Donnie just goes like, "Our dad is definitely not a giant rat," and then she goes, "That makes me feel like he's a giant rat." Yeah,
little things like that. There's also a lot of funny scenes when they get into their first scuffle when they're trying to save April's bike. There's a lot of funny improv moments as they're fighting that happen like while they're doing it, and these kids are funny. I don't think these jokes were pre-written. It feels like stuff that was done on the fly, and the animation was able to compensate and copy it. Which I think goes to the style of animation because it reminded me of like watercolors almost.
Yeah.
Which is easier to animate. It's easier to manipulate when it's not like fine and smooth. If they tried doing this shit with a Pixar movie, wouldn't work.
Wouldn't work.
You can't improv in Pixar. Like the timetables are too tight. The animation is too crisp. But here, like, no, I think it worked all the way through, 110%.
Yeah. Yeah, so they have like all these scenes and all these like jokes. I like how they updated like the characters. Like even when it starts with like introducing themselves with like the white eyes like they used to have in the cartoon and stuff, and then it changes to like them having like pupils, which is definitely an artistic choice here. And then they have like the explanation, you know, the inside jokes. So there's a scene where like they're talking with Superfly and they're talking about like some sludge was dumped in the sewer, and they go like, well, we prefer the term ooze, you know.
Yeah, it just sounds better,
like,
you know, ooze. Yeah, I like that.
That was from the trailer, and after I watched the trailer, I could not stop saying like ooze, ooze. This is just like over and over. It was super like addictive. And then God, there's so much. So like just like ooze, just like over and over. And then they're all cousins, like because they all got like oozed.
Yeah,
similar way, and then they have like all these characters that are like in their team. My favorite being the Gecko, played by Paul Rudd, who who I like that he got an introducing title by the end. That was pretty funny. He was so neat, like just like a genuinely like little good guy that just wanted to help and just wanted to have a family.
I love how they make a joke about his tail. Like, get his tail. Oh God. It grows back.
Yeah.
There's I love the whole idea of Splinter, where he comes from as far as like, he's a rat. He's one of the few things that everyone tries to kill. Even die-hard like animal lovers will be like, fuck the rat. The only thing that's more hated than the rat is the fly. And I love how Splinter, he's borderline violent. Like his best friend gets killed in front of him and he eats him. And it's only until he finds the ooze and he's about to fight the turtles. Like he's about to like my food. And instead of the turtle like going like, oh, let's go, it just tries to cuddle with him. Like it just wants to be soft. And he, for the first time in his entire existence, something doesn't want to kill him. So he takes the turtles and saves them and raises them as his own, as his kids. And there's something beautiful about that. But there's also duality there between him and Superfly, not just in their belief system that humans are bad, but also their caring hearts. Because believe it or not, it does take a caring person to fucking raise, like what, 8 siblings? Your 8 little brothers and sisters, and raise them after you watched your dad get killed in front of you? Like, you can say Superfly as an eco-terrorist or whatever you want, but I mean, dude, his motivation is understandable. If someone offed my dad, yeah, you know what? I think we got permanent beef here. I'm not gonna like you in any version. And even then, he tried. He tried it once.
Yeah.
And I mean, what do you expect? New York is gonna New York. Although I do like that one scene though, where initially New York is like, oh, the turtles are the bad guys. They're part of the mutant monsters or whatever. And April hijacks the feed and says, no, they're actually heroes. They're good guys trying to stop the monster. So New York begins to help them. They have their back. They help them transport the capsule they need to undo Superfly. At one point when Superfly is about to kill the turtles, New York is just throwing shit at him. They pull a Spider-Man 1 where New York is like, you mess with one of us, you mess with all of us. And
Yeah.
it's just great moments like that. And even when they're passing the baton, there's great moments of like the other mutants helping the New Yorkers try to get the capsule thing to the Turtles to take down Superfly.
Yeah. There's even like a moment when all these New Yorkers just kind of help each other, like pass the information. Like one of them ends up being Kevin Eastman, who gets like the tool that they're gonna use. Who voices himself in the movie. Like Kevin Eastman created the Ninja Turtles. This is like their Stan Lee cameo, you know.
What? Who does he play?
He's like the guy that helps them like bring the you know how several New Yorkers like pass on like the weapon they're gonna use to kill the Superfly.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's one of them.
Please stop helping me. Please stop helping me get this.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, so
Mr. Beast cameos in this.
Fuck Mr. Beast.
Wait, why?
Because he promoted the movie. He's supposed to be supporting the strike.
I mean, he's not part of the union, is he?
He promoted the movie. If he wants to be part of the union, he's a scab.
God damn it. Fair enough, I guess. I can't defend that.
Yeah.
Damn it, Mr. Beast.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Anyway. They're actually talking about his proposals crossing the SAG picket line during the actor strike. False. Oh, this is false. This is a contract I signed pre-strike. It was legally obligated to promote. This falls under the exceptions that they have outlined. Regardless, I makes my support clear. And he donated to the SAG union. So, well, false. Mr. Beast is not crossing the picket line.
Well, I still don't like him. Anyway, what the fuck? He doesn't even like voice anything important. Like he could have just not said anything.
I mean, it's kind of cool. Look, okay, if you get offered a small cameo in like a One Piece movie, are you not going to do it?
I won't take away the work of a featured like already like established voice actor. No, I wouldn't do it.
Just, like as a background character, like just to be like, oh look, the turtles.
Turtles in One Piece? Are you crazy?
Like, look, Luffy. Come on.
I don't think I could. I support the strike too much. I wouldn't.
No, but you're telling me if the creators came to you and were like, "Hey, do you want a cameo?" So forget the strike. The strike.
If Oda came up to me and tried to talk to me, I would be like, "What are you saying? You don't speak English. I don't speak Japanese. Don't try to break me, Luna. Won't work." Anyway, I'm all in on the strike. Okay. Okay. Speaking of, all right. What's another like bit that you like in the movie? Like another joke that you or something else that you like?
Oh no, they're gonna milk us.
Oh yeah. There's I don't know if you noticed, but like they made like a smooth like a Slurpee or an icy, I think, that was like neon green because of the turtles. And they were promoting it in like a theater, and then someone like tweeted about it and was like, "Oh no, they milk them."
Yeah. Oh god, that's disgusting. But yeah,
I like how they carried that bit all throughout the movie. Like they're gonna milk it. Well, they're not gonna milk us. We don't even have nipples. And then they were milking them by the end.
They're like, "No, we're gonna die." And then you see the side of the vial. We're gonna extract as much DNA from you for as long as it's gonna take until we fill this vial. And then you just see it's like 3 stories tall, and they're like, "No, why?" And they're like, "Does it hurt?" "Yeah, it hurts real bad."
Yeah,
so fucking stupid. But it's so funny.
And here's something that I kind of noticed afterwards. I saw that because Mikey was the one that was being like milked in that scene, I guess. He started to look like skinnier than the other ones, and I was like, oh, they're actually like doing like a model thing. But then they stopped milking him, and he looked the same. And I just didn't notice that like all their body types are different in this one.
Yeah, no. So there was a recent iteration of TMNT where they do also have the minority.
Yeah, Raph was huge. Yeah, Raph was huge, right?
It was the first time that they ever actually gave each turtle their own distinct look and type. Like they're each a different kind of turtle. Like for example, Leo, his type of turtle is known to have a weaker shell. So in the show, he does have a weaker shell, but he makes up for it with his tech stuff. in the same way that Raph is a giant, like bulking turtle, he's a snapping turtle. Hence the red part in his eye, in his head as well. Like little things like that do make a big difference.
Yeah.
So I think they took that from the show, but I think that's a good thing that they took from the show.
Well, yeah, every element every new element must like kind of work forward. I think will work. You mentioned April. I like that this is a teenage April, because I feel like in the previous iteration she's been like an older woman, like at least post college, like working already as like a reporter.
Let's
I
be
like that she's
honest
a
here.
teenage.
She's
Yeah.
always been treated as eye candy, and I like the fact that now they're making her a more intricate character.
Yeah, she has a story, she has a motivation, she has everything. She even has like a tragic backstory with like the puking thing.
Oh god,
Uh,
that's the
which
part where I was like, no.
no, like look, I don't want to do any spoilers, but like, so I watched this and then I watched Talk to Me in like the span of like 3 or 4 days.
Yeah.
That scene in Talk to Me, you know the scene that I'm talking about with like with when he's hitting himself in the desk and stuff.
Yeah.
That I felt like was very hard to watch. I think the puking scene in this movie harder to watch. It lasted too long for no reason. And then he had that song playing, that Natasha Bedingfield song playing, Feel the Rain on Your Hips. No one else can feel it for you. It was wonderful. It was super funny, but God, she threw up for so long. And that's like the most Rogan the movie gets. Like it's the most Seth Rogen the movie gets, honestly.
You know, honestly, man, when I saw that, when I watched TMNT, I was in an empty theater. So I remember watching it, looking around. I'm like, if there were kids here, they'd probably be laughing their asses off with this. Like they'd be like, yeah, and all that shit.
Yeah.
That was funny though. I will give ground there. That was fucking hilarious.
And it comes
and
back at the end too.
And she still throws up at the end. She's like, hold it. She talks, and then she vomits some more. But no, the movie's fun all the way through. Superfly is a solid villain. The supporting actors are great. I love that there's a scene where when Splinter is trying to save them and he uses all the weapons and he's able to beat all the guards, but he's better than all four of the turtles combined. And you see that.
Oh yeah.
And it only makes sense. Like, of course he's the master. He knows how to use all four weapons better than any of them. But I like that they make that worthwhile. And he pulls some Jackie Chan bullshit with the weapons, like the way he fights. Jackie Chan, it's weird. He plays such a good sensei, and I've only ever seen him do it twice: the Karate Kid and this one. But he's still great.
Yeah, he manages to have also some pretty funny jokes. Like that scene when he tries to make like a party for them, and he brings like cardboard cutouts of different Chris's. Yeah, and oh god, like he has a ton of like really good, both emotional and funny scenes. He was kind of like a paper perfect version of Splinter. Like, of course, that's how Splinter must sound like, or like stuff. Do you ever watch 2007 animated film that came out in theaters?
I did not.
No, you never saw it.
Never.
Okay. Do you know who voices Splinter in that one?
No.
Same guy who voices Uncle Iroh, and he was fucking perfect.
You know, I believe it. I was imagining Uncle Iroh's voice. I was like, yeah, I believe it. The Rosebud does not. I can't talk like him. But yeah, like you know his old like drawl, like you know what it is.
Yeah. So he's good. We get like a big cast of characters in the villains. So we get Seth Rogen as Bebop, John Cena as Rocksteady. He has like 2 lines, but it's just funny to hear John Cena in like pretty much anything.
I think that's a long-term investment because I'm sure Cena's gonna be like in the sequel or in like the series because they're doing a show and movies. So I'm sure Cena's gonna be in the movies or something.
The show is gonna be full 2D and sequels. We'll see. We'll see if they end up coming out.
Paramount already ordered one.
Yeah, but I don't believe it until I see it, man. I don't believe it until I see it.
I believe between merchandising and like the box office, this movie will make money. It only costs 70. There you go.
I know, I helped. I still don't believe it until I see it. Remember when they promised us all those Dark Universe movies?
Mm-hmm. But this is a safer bet.
Well, hopefully. But yeah, so like I said, Rose Byrne plays Leatherhead. Paul Rudd, Mondo Gecko, Post Malone voices Ray Fillet, which is the manta ray. Hannibal Buress voices the Genghis Frog. These were all pretty funny, pretty funny people doing funny voices, and I think that's good because I think we learned from like the Mario Brothers movie experiment that sometimes getting just an actor because they're famous is not like the safest bet. These are all funny people and they're doing funny voices, so that's good. But the core four, I think you need to bring those back in order for a sequel to work. Because if not, you need to have them have that same chemistry.
Well, I think it's also going to help. They're going to grow up. These sound like 14-year-olds right now. If you do the sequel in like 2 years, they're going to sound like 17-year-olds, and their voices are going to be cracking. Like, Raph, why do we talk like that? What do you mean? You and I both know you haven't had puberty. What do you mean? You got, this is my voice. Get used to it. Like that. Jokes like that are going to happen. I'm calling it right now. I hope they don't do the storyline where the cool kids want to hang out with the TMNT, and they try to kick April out because it's like, oh, she's not cool. You should hang out with us. And there's a big misunderstanding, and April and the Turtles get into an argument, and then they apologize because we're sorry we let you down. I'm calling it right now. They're going to pull that.
I would be inclined to agree, but this movie did break off a ton of like usual cliches that I'm willing to believe that this animation is doing is making the movies be better. Because look, a sequel to Puss in Boots was not supposed to go as hard as it went. And it wasn't just because of the animation, it was also because of what they did with the story and with the characters. This same thing as well. So I'm hoping the animation helps them to go into a different direction because they've done those stories already. And I just want them to have that chemistry. So if they bring that again, I'm all in. Honestly, I have no complaints. I think this was a super fun time. Definitely a smaller film to watch this year, but super fun time. It already grossed 60 million out of the 70 million budget. No doubt it's going to make its money back.
I really hope that they don't do that storyline, but I have a strange feeling that they will. But again, I hope the sequel's good. I hope they bring back the original 4 kids, and I'm sure their chemistry will continue. Like, I have no doubt that the sequel will be just as good.
Yeah. Hopefully that is where it goes. I don't have a lot more to say. Just had a good time. Definitely better than the Michael Bay ones. Definitely better than a bunch of other turnings that they've done. Definitely my favorite thing is that they made Donnie both a fan of anime and a fan of K-pop. I think that super Gen Z, that the fact that they made it so normal to the point where when he goes like, of course, we're going to use the lessons that we learned in Attack on Titan. Everyone is going to know exactly what he means. Just like, it's super funny. The fact that his ringtone is a BTS song, and then the other turtles try to sing a song to cheer him up, and they don't know the lyrics. Oh god, just a bunch of like.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot about that.
Just really good moments all around. Had a blast with this. Cannot believe something like this is happening. Into the Spider-Verse, definitely the greatest thing that has ever happened to animation in a long time, because it's just spewing all of these out afterwards. Oh God, thank you, Seth. Thank you, Jeff. Thank you, Paramount. Thank you, Nickelodeon. I will give this a good 4 out of 5. I had a big blast, and I feel like this is one that I can rewatch several times because 1, it's so short. 2 is super funny, and 3, I'm no doubt sure I'm gonna find a lot of details. Like, I love that there's like a little detail of like Donnie's staff has a sticker of Gojo for Jujutsu Kaisen, just doing like his "I'm gonna kill you" pose. Yeah, they have this.
I didn't know that.
They have this guy just on his stick, just like going like "I'm gonna kill you." Yeah, which is a super like memed out image. Loved it. Loved this one. What did you think? Final score.
B plus in my book. I think this is not the best animated film of the year, but that's okay because it's still a good animated film. Like, it's not. It's breaking traditional stories for TMNT. It's not like Elemental. It's not like Across the Spider-Verse, but it's still its own good movie. It's like the mom and pop pizza shop in town.
Yeah.
They're not the greatest pizza in the world, but they're pretty fucking good. And you go there from time to time because you know they're great. You know they're good.
Yeah.
You know? Although this is a movie, and this is, I'm not trying to dump on kids when I say this. I'm not trying to say that they're stupid, that they can't understand things. I'm not. I'm trying to give kids props when I say this. And I'm not trying to like down this movie when I say this. This feels like the kind of movie that kids should watch. Whereas Elemental is great, but it feels like it's more for adults. Across the Spider-Verse confronts a lot of more like teenager adult issues. This movie feels like the kind of film that you should show young kids because it's important for them to learn acceptance and understanding that people are different and that's okay and that that's a good thing. I'll say that. I think this is a movie that if I was a teacher, I would show this to like my third graders. Like this is a good movie to show them. It's funny, gross out humor, but I think has a good lesson at its heart. Not overcomplicated, it's just right.
Definitely. And also I'm so glad you mentioned the other animated films of the year because like between Across the Spider-Verse and Suzume and the Love is War movie and Nimona and Mario Brothers and
Oh my god, I forgot Nimona.
and Elemental and fucking like they're all great. Like we've been eating good this year. The only bad animated movie that I saw this year was The Flash, but other than that, oh, I'm sorry, that was live action also, because since it was just like 98% of that was just CGI. Figured it was could count as animation. What? Oh, am I wrong? Am I wrong? Did they build any of those fucking sets?
I will fire your ass.
Oh yeah, so so Fernie can just insult you the whole time, the whole fucking time. Just see how you deal with that. I throw one at you. He roasts you the entire show, and I throw one.
You're better than that, Cheva. You're better than that.
Yeah, well, I didn't even say anything to you. I said
you and I both know who that was for. Jesus. But no. TMNT, watch it with your kids, watch it with your family. Good movie.
Definitely.
Do we know what we're reviewing next week?
Next week we are doing, I'm pulling up my stuff here. Well, I saw Talk to Me, but you already reviewed it. I think I might see the mech. Nah, it's fine. Y'all pretty much said everything. Except for like y'all forgot one little detail.
Let's talk about it now. Fuck it.
Okay, parenthesis, spoilers for Talk to Me. I was listening to your review, and at the end, y'all mentioned that like she's about to throw the kid into the cars, and then she decides to randomly jump instead of them. Like, and they don't really explain why. They do explain why.
Oh really?
There's a moment where like she's about to throw the kid, and then she hears her mom telling her like, "Come on, do it. He'll be okay. We'll take good care of him." And then and that's when it hits her like, oh god, no, I've been manipulated this whole time. God damn it. So she just throws herself. So that because she knows that he will heal if they just give him more time. But yeah, so she decides to sacrifice herself so that the kid doesn't suffer anymore. That's why he's seen like better by the end.
Okay. No, I did not catch that. All right. Hey, Fernie, you fucking idiot. You didn't catch that either. I look forward to our next review.
Yeah. He's not gonna listen to this.
Flip scene, start off with the next podcast. I listen to all of them because I am a loyal company man.
God, I wish. I saw the Clone Tyrone on Netflix. I don't know if you've seen that one.
I did. I actually just filmed a video review of it today.
Oh, we can do that one. Or because Blue Beetle's not gonna come out until the 17th. So we still have like a little bit for that. I'm gonna try to watch that Resident Evil one, the Dead Island. And I'll let you know if we should continue with that. But yeah, I think those are the ones that we have to look forward to because Blue Beetle is like the next thing that's gonna come out.
There's two other
Uh,
ones, but I don't know if you even want to talk about either one. There's Gran Turismo and The
oh
Last Voyage
God.
of the Demeter.
Oh, Gran Turismo got pushed like a couple of weeks. I don't know if you have that in your schedule.
It says here it's still coming out on Friday here.
Oh, I thought it was supposed to be pushed. Because we have that Last Voyage of the Demeter comes out here on the 17th, so the same day as Blue Beetle, so it's gonna take me a while to see it.
Mhm.
So I'm gonna do my best to watch Dead Island, and I'll let you know how we can
Down.
continue there.
We can
Yeah.
either do Dead Island or Tyrone, or fuck it, we can do
Oh
a double
yeah.
feature.
Yeah, sounds good. All right, so that should cover everything. Thank you so much for joining us. My name is Chema.
I've been Eddie.
And this was the rollback, signing off with a reminder to keep supporting the strike. I believe we can get to a point where they can win, and I want them to win. So yeah, let's keep supporting them. We'll keep talking about it. We'll keep spanning about it. Thank you so much for joining us. Watch One Piece. Goodbye.
Bye, everyone. And